Hello and welcome to our Gallop TV preview show for the race meeting on the turf track at Fairview Racecourse on Friday the 11th of July. The first of 9 races goes off at 12 o'clock. The opening event is a work riders maiden plate, so the Bipod will only start in race 2, the place accumulator in race 3, etc. It is the second leg of the East Cape Fillies Mares Challenge. It's over 1,600 metres. It's the East Cape Paddock Stakes, plus always the very exciting PE Gold Cup over 3,200 metres. But more about that in just a moment as we welcome on the line Grant Paddock. Grant, all good your side?
Yeah, morning Graham, morning Panthers, all good this side. Weather's top class in Port Elizabeth. Should be a good day's racing on the grass tomorrow. We haven't had any rain. The track should be in great nick and looking forward to a decent card.
Okay, well, as mentioned, the first race is a work riders maiden plate over 1,000 metres. Let's have a look at the anti-post market. Number 1, American Eagle, is at 5-2. Top of the boards is number 6, Ruby Claire, at 2-1. The ex-Highveld-based filly, daughter of Kingman, number 7, Wearing of the Green, that's at 5-1. Number 8, Time in Paris, is at 8-1. And number 14, Salagadula, is at 8-1. Those are the runners quoted in single figures. Again, just to point out, doesn't form part of the exotics, this opening race, the work riders maiden plate. But maybe we can get some money in the first race. Any ideas, Grant?
Graham, very much a race that is looks like it's in the Gavin Smith camp, to be very honest with you. The fillies, the 2 fillies with a very good form, Ruby Claire and Time in Paris, they both have very good work riders on them, Siyabonga Liaba and Tunza on Ruby Claire. I think the adding of the blinkers and stepping back into for Ruby Claire is a very big positive, and I definitely make her the filly to beat. Her biggest danger, obviously, Time in Paris, got good form. American Eagle, slight concern there from the Duncan Mackenzie yard, is coming with a 112-day layoff after a very good first run in PE. I don't know, maybe something picked up a problem, but she should be there and thereabouts on that very good first run. And then Salagadula from the Jacques Stradum yard, 54 and a half, the 2-year-old. That's got to be a trifecta quartet kind of a race. But I really do think Gavin Smith holds all the aces here, and I'm tipping Ruby Claire to win it from the 8, 14 and 1.
So there we go. Gavin Smith expected to take out the first race, the work riders maiden plate over 1,000 metres. Ruby Claire is Grant's first choice, is the one at 2-1, but there seems to be quite a good each way value about number 8, Time in Paris, the stable companion, who is Grant's second selection. Now we get into the exotic bet action. Race 2 is a maiden juvenile plate for fillies over 1,200 metres, the off time 12:35. This is the opening leg of the Bipod. Number 1, Call Me Clarion, is 8-1, along with number 2, Darling Buds of May, at 8-1. 7, Money Galore, is at 15-4. The newcomer, number 8, Tanzanite, Craig Zaki teaming up with Gavin Smith for Hollywood Racing. That's the second choice in the market at 3-1. Firm favourite is number 10, Wishes and Dreams, at 15-10, and number 11, Zumzi, is at 10-1. The rest are all very easy to back. Wishes and Dreams comes with the experience, a good second behind Make Believe, second up. 15-10 favourite, Grant, Richard Faree and Alan Krief. Bipod banker or no?
No, we're going to put 2 horses here, Graham. She has got the form. She does hold Money Galore on the last run. Money Galore didn't really enjoy the poly, and she'll be a much better proposition back on the grass. And I make the race between the 2 of them. Both horses are going to go into the Bipod. Horses like Zoom Z and Tanzanite are the horses that are going to fill up the trifectas and quartets. Tanzanite's a newcomer for the Gavin Smith yard, Craig Zaki up, and believe is doing some fairly good work back home. And Zoom Z, the Sharon Costin horses, always take 1 or 2 runs to find their feet. She's run 2 decent races and onto the grass now. I think she's going to be a decent trifecta quartet horse. But I think the Krief yard can open up their account today with a 10, and I'm tipping a 10, 7, 8 and 11.
10, 7, 8 and 11. Grant suggesting we go 7 and 10 in the opening leg of the Bipod. Race 3. First leg of the place accumulator, that is Grant's bet of choice today. It's another maiden juvenile plate. This time they go over 1,600 metres. The race due off at 1:10. Now, number 3, Half Moon Island, that was Grant's value pick for the day. It was 11-2 at one stage, but already the money is poured on into 28-10, number 3, Half Moon Island. Number 4, Lomu's at 7-1. Number 9, Pica Pomodoro, 9-1. Number 10, Rocket Futura, 9-1. And once again, the firm favourite represents the powerful Richard Fourie Alan Greef combination. Number 12, Wild Fig, at 12-10. That's the firm favourite. But Grant, I notice again you've gone for some cover in the opening leg of the place accumulator.
Yeah, I have gone with a bit of cover, Graham. I'm very, very strong on this horse, Half Moon Highland. I've been watching him since he started his career. He's a very, very big horse. He was all at sea on the poly. Even over the 1400 on the grass last time out, he battled to corner, but he had a powerful finish. He's tightening up very well. He'll be spot on for this race, and stepping up to the mile is going to be no problem from a very good draw. Cliffy's got his yard in top shape at the moment. Marco's riding very well, and I make this horse a very, very big run. I think he'll be extremely hard to beat. Unfortunately, the 11-2 is gone. I think he's now trading at 5-2, and I'm probably going to be a race time favourite. The favourite at the moment, Wild Fig. 2 decent runs last time out over 1400 metres. He hit the front at the 200, looked like he was going to go on and emptied out that last bit. Stepping up to the mile is a concern, and from a bad draw of 12 out of 14 is not going to be easy for him. That's why I'm very strong on the 3 Half Moon Island. Of the rest of them, we go to number 6, Mr. Bright Spark, coming along the right way. He's stepping up in trip. He's going to be a trifecta quartet horse, and obviously Lamu is not going to come down to have a look at our weather. Unfortunately, he's jumping from a bad draw, but very strong on the 3-year, Graham, and I'm tipping at 3, 12, 6 and 4.
Very strong selection, number 3, Half Moon Island. Perhaps the extreme value's gone. That was 11-2, now into 5-2. Of course, Wild Fig did finish marginally ahead of number 3, Half Moon Island, behind Tower of London. But Grant sees him on the ground, and he's very much in the camp of the much better draw, number 3, Half Moon Island, to turn the tables. Now, race 4. Opening leg of the pick 6, it's an MR90 handicap over 1,600 metres. The race due for 13.45. Number 1, Master Forester, is at 4-1. Number 3, Inamarari, is an interesting runner from the Justin Snaith Raiding Party. That's top of the boards at 28-10. 4, Dowser, 7-1. 6, Cheeky Laddie, 7-1. The very much in form number 7, Lancia Flame, is at 4-1. 9, Holocene, is at 8-1. Those are the runners in single figures. But I say interesting, Grant, number 3, Inamarari, raiding Port Elizabeth for only the second time in his career. And when he went there the first time, he was in the winner's enclosure. So one run at Fairview for a win.
Yeah, 100%, Graham. He's a hard-knocking kind of a horse. He's got some decent Cape Town form. He's been here. He's been around the turn at Fairview, the right-handed turn, so no complaints with that. He's got good enough form to be very, very competitive from a very, very good draw as well. He'll have the run of the race. His main danger is the 3-year-old from the Cliffy Miller yard, Lance Fiame. Really, this horse has turned the corner properly, and the handicapper hasn't got to him yet. He's going to be a massive runner. He really quickens extremely well, and you need that at that Fairview long straight to get a bit of cover and quicken down the straight. He's the biggest danger to Inamarare. You've got Master Foresters holding solid form. 60.5 kilos is not going to be easy for him to carry and to give Inamarare weight. And then Dowser as well doesn't know how to run a bad race. Unfortunately, he's drawn out at 11, but I'm sure he'll be in the quartets. Graham, I really do like Inamarare, and I'm tipping at 3, 7, 1 and 4.
3, 7, 1 and 4 as we move on to race 5, which is the first leg of Jackpot 1. It's a Pinnacle Stakes over 1,800 metres. Number 1, Bingwa, at 3-1. Number 2, Fire Alley, at 5-1. The favourite is number 3, Golden Peace, at 18-10. The Snaith runner, number 6, We Have Touchdown, at 7-1, and the stable companion also from the Snaith yard is number 7, Gimme More Time. But Gimme More Time has been campaigning quite regularly in the Eastern Cape of late. That's at 9-2. So Justin Snaith holds quite a strong hand here with 6, We Have Touchdown, and 7, Gimme More Time. But number 3, Golden Peace, is on a hat-trick, Grant.
Yeah, very, very good horse, this Graham. I tell you what, he's been super impressive down here. There's no doubt. I see he's now trading at 11-10, stepping up to the mile. That's not a problem. Pinnacle Plate is not a problem with him either. I think he's ahead of the handicapper, to be honest with you. His biggest danger is going to be Bingwa. Unfortunately, he's having his second run after a layoff. Just needed it last run. He'll probably be a little bit better this time out. And then obviously We Have Touchdown, I feel, is the better one of the Snaith horses. The other horse, Give Me More Time, has been campaigning against a lot weaker quicker than this, and we have touchdowns, probably the right one in the yard there. And then the booking of Gavin Arena is interesting on Fire Alley. He doesn't know how to run a bad race, and he had a very good run last time out, and he's probably one of the leading lights for the top 3 positions. But yeah, still golden piece to take it, Graham, and I'm tipping at 3, 1, 6 and 2.
3, 1, 6 and 2, and Grant, as you'll see later on when we go through his place accumulator perm, has suggested that number 3 Golden Piece for those smaller perms is a potential place accumulator banker. Now, one of my favourite races on the East Cape calendar is the Port Elizabeth Gold Cup over 3,200 metres. Of course, back in the day was run over 3,600 metres. It was a true test of stamina. Not that 2 miles isn't. This year's renewal, carded as race 6, goes off at 14.55. The red hot favourite is number 1 Bournemouth at even money. That holds an entry into the Gold Cup here at Hollywoodbets Greyville at the end of the month. Number 2 Zatara Magic is at 33-10. Number 3 1 Carlos at 7-1. And number 9 Repetition, who races without the tongue tie, that's at 8-1. Those are the runners quoted in single figures, but clearly the market is dominated by numbers 1 Bournemouth and number 2 Zatara Magic. Can we expect a shootout between these 2 horses, Grant?
Yeah, I really do, Graham. They're the class horses. They've been the trip. They've done everything they need to do. As I say, Bournemouth having probably a prep into that race in Durban. He's a very, very good horse. He can quicken extremely well off any kind of a weight. His biggest danger is obviously going to be Zatara Magic, which will probably be up on the speed with Bournemouth lagging a little bit further back. But Juan Carlos, I do believe they fancy Juan Carlos quite strongly. I still think he's held by those top 2. And of the rest of them, the one horse that I do feel is got a lot of scope for improvement, and a really nice looking horse as well, number 4 Hemsteed from the Alan Creef yard. Calvin Habib takes a ride, and he could be anything, but I think it's going to be very difficult for them to beat Bournemouth, and I'm tipping it 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3 and 4 Grand selection for race 6, the Port Elizabeth Gold Cup, 3,200 metres. As we move to the headliner, which is the East Cape Paddock Stakes, listed over 1,600 metres for fillies and mares. It's off at 15.30. It is the first leg of the final pick 3. Really nice field this race has attracted this year, with a number of raiders from the Western Cape, including the lukewarm favourite, number 1 Time for Love, at 4-1. Number 2 Splice the Main Brace is at 9-1. Number 3 Lunar Halos at 9-2. 4 Lady Silvano 7-1. 5 Red Sash 8-1. 6 Gimme That Pearl out of the Justin Snaith yard is at 5-1. Candice Bass Robinson, represented by number 8 Fun Zone, that's at 7-1. Those are the runners quoted in single figures. The betting grant tells a story. The race is up for grabs. It is wide open. But Time for Love obviously brings some really decent feature race form from the Western Cape into the race. Gavin Larena in town to ride. He's got a very good strike rate for the Harold Crawford-Michelle Ricks trading partnership. Does have a bit of an awkward draw out there at 10. What do you make of the race, Grant?
Quality field, Graham. Really, really good field. Time for Love was in this race last year in the Paddock Stakes, and she was very, very unlucky. She was bolted for a run. She ran second with Muzi up. She was just very, very unlucky. She's got such good form in Cape Town at the moment. She holds the other Cape Town horses, to be honest with you, and I think she'll actually take a power of beating. She's been to Fairview twice. She's run 2 decent races, and I think it's all about the Cape Town horses in this race. Give Me That Pearl, another one, solid Cape form. Yenny riding, Fun Zone. Another one, very good form in Cape Town, and you know that Cape Town form is always a couple of lengths better than us. Our local horses, Lunar Halo and Red Sash, probably fly that flag, and they'll be in trifecta quartet kind of horses. This horse Green Light all the way from the Cotson yard, from Glen Cotson yard, with Malasela Kachedi up from a 1 draw. She really won super impressively last time out, but I am very concerned stepping back in trip from the 2,400 back to the mile. I still think the race will be around the Cape Town horses, Graham, and I'm tipping it 1, 6, 8 and 3.
1, 6, 8 and 3. So Time for Love, as you heard there from Grant, runner-up in this race last year. In fact, was beaten by Rainbow Lorikeet, who was far from disgraced in this year's renewal of the Hollywoodbets Durban July. As we go to the penultimate race, race 8, which is a conditions plate for fillies and mares over 1,400 metres. It's off at 16.05. It is the first leg of the final double. Number 3, Montalina, very capable on her day. That's at 7-2. The odds-on favourite, marginally odds-on, is number 5, Enchanting Choice, at around 9-10. 9 Wild Applause from the Snaith Yard is at 11-2. But Grant, I was very taken with the way Enchanting Choice went about her business on her East Cape debut in beating Walk on the Wild Side by 4 lengths. Ridden by Craig Zaki on that occasion, now got Richard Faree in the irons for Alan Greef. She certainly adapted to the conditions out at Fairview and looks a tough nut to crack. Do you see it the same way?
Yeah, very much so, Graham. This is a smart horse. She'll end up right at the top level in Port Elizabeth, no doubt. She won in an absolute trot last time out. The filly she beat is half decent as well. So she's going to be very, very hard to beat in this conditions place. She's well in as well. Not as well as Montalina, I might add, and that's going to be her biggest danger. She loves the 1400 one run where she absolutely romped up over 1400 metres with Craig Zaki up. It's the exact bet for the day, there's no doubt. 5 from 3 or 3 from 5 boxed. But yeah, very much in the camp of Enchanting Choice. I think she's a horse to follow in the Eastern Cape, and I take her to beat Montalina with the 4 Heart Peaks running third and Woman of Power to fill up the quartet.
So there we go. Confident first selection, number 5, Enchanting Choice, the exacta play of the day with number 3, Montalina. But watch out for Grant's given her a mention, given her some ear time as far as the minor placings are concerned. Number 7, Woman of Power, is in fact the best handicapped in the field, but and is clearly a lot better than her last run. The 9th and final brings the curtain down at Fairview at 16.40. It's an MR80 handicap over 1,400 metres. Number 1, Chili Bomb, is at 3-1. Number 3, Igugaletu's at 5-2. 5, Gold Gunner, 6-1. 9, Captain TikTok, is at 8-1. The third choice in the market at 15-4. is number 11, Elsinore. So Igugaletu, the favourite, Chili Bomb, the second favourite, number 11, Elsinore, the third favourite. This race going to go to form?
Yeah, I think so, Graham. I don't think there's any spooks here, to be very honest with you. Iguguletu's the horse with the best track and trip form in the race, there's no doubt. Unfortunately, a little bit of a bad draw out at 10. I'm sure Craig will overcome it. So a very long straight down that Fairview straight. The dangerous Chili Bomb. His best form has been on the poly. He's stepping over to the grass track now, 61.5. Takes to the grass. He's got to be a very big runner. He's a 3-year-old. And then at the bottom, I see there's been quite a bit of money for this horse from the Justin Snaith Yard, number 11, Elsinore. You have to respect that. He's not going to come down here to say hello to us. He's going to try and take some cash. Gold Gunner doesn't know how to run a bad race. He enjoys it up there. And from 11 draw, the pace could be on in this race. It's going to suit a horse like Iguguletu. And I'm going to take Iguguletu to beat the 1 Chili Bomb, 11 Elsinore, and 5 Gold Gunner.
So there you heard the summary of race 9 from Grant Paddock. Let's go to his suggested bets. As always, a place accumulator, a best bet, and a value bet. Grant, take it away for us.
Thank you very much, Graham. My best bet, race 8, number 5, Enchanting Choice. My value bet, race 3, number 3, Half Moon Island. And the suggested bets, the place accumulator, goes as follows. We open up with 3 and 12, by 3 and 7, by banker 3, by 1 and 2, by 1, 6 and 8, by banker 5, by 1 and 3, for 48 Rand full unit.
Grant, as always, thank you so much for joining us on the line for this preview for the race meeting at Fairview on Friday, the 11th of July. Trust you and your colleagues and your friends and everybody else down there will have a wonderful day's racing with the Port Elizabeth Gold Cup and the East Cape Paddock Stakes heading the 9-race program. Grant, go well.
Thank you very much, Graham, and good luck to those punters playing tomorrow. Goodbye.
Thanks to Grant Paddock, as always, for his expert opinion on the race meetings in the Eastern Cape. And from us, that's a wrap. Thanks for joining us.